Okay, so the Eagles have a lot of reasons to be thankful right now, but the whole current situation with DeVonta Smith isn't exactly one of them, as they just got a massive update regarding the star wideout, and it isn't exactly ideal. Meanwhile, a new report is suggesting that an extension between the Eagles and star linebacker Zack Baun could be coming sooner rather than later, but why is there reason to be skeptical about this whole thing? Plus, Lane Johnson seems super impressed with Jalyx Hunt, as the All-Pro just gave the rookie some tremendous praise ahead of his big opportunity, while the Eagles' newest edge rusher says he's excited to be in Philly and he expects to make a real impact for this defense. So we're going to talk about that and all the latest Eagles news starting right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Philly Fan 21 channel. If you're new, I'm Evan and I cover all things Philadelphia Eagles, and I want to start this video off by saying happy Thanksgiving to all you guys out there, and I hope you all have a great day spending time with friends and family. And we've obviously got a lot to be thankful for as Eagles fans, because this team just looks incredible right now and they have a great chance this season to do something special, but obviously they're not thinking that far ahead and they still got a lot of work to do before they get there. And even though it is Thanksgiving today, that doesn't mean that the Eagles are going to be taking it easy, and some comments from head coach Nick Sirianni suggest that they are as locked in as ever, as on Wednesday morning he was on WIP radio where he said, quote, "I don't want anyone to say happy Thanksgiving to me. I told my staff until after practice, then I'll celebrate it." So I just love that mentality from coach to just try and stay as locked in as possible even with the big holiday, and I'm sure that mentality will be reflected throughout the whole team as they practice. Now, one guy who surely has a lot to be thankful for is the newest Eagle, Charles Harris, as the former Panthers pass rusher just went from a 3-8 last place team that was going nowhere fast to a team that is 9-2, first place in their division, and has aspirations of getting the first seed and winning it all. So safe to say he's in a much better spot now than he was just last week, and judging by some comments that he made in his first ever Eagles press conference, it seems like he would agree with that.
The only thing I really need to know is playoff potential. It really is. So just giving that shot, understanding the history of the team, understanding it's a great organization, great players. You know what I mean? Obviously, the quarterback is obviously phenomenal. Offense, defense got, playmakers across the board. This is a really disciplined, team. Got a great legendary defense.
What's up, Mike? I mean, going from a team like Carolina that, wasn't really playoff and everything coming here, have you noticed anything right away that's different?
The morale, across the board. And that's not me talking bad on any other team or on other former organization. It's just when you get somewhere where winning is a part of the culture, it just rubs off on you, and you're ready to win too.
What was your reaction when you got released?
Like this. So yeah.
It worked out, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great.
It certainly seems like Harris is excited to be here, and now he's going to have a tough challenge in front of him, as he's going to have to adjust quickly to just being in this new defense and playing with new teammates, while also getting the playbook down the best he can, and he has to do that all in a very short amount of time before the Birds take on the Ravens in just 3 days from now. So we'll see how well Harris handles this quick turnaround and how much playing time he ultimately ends up getting on Sunday, but regardless of however long it takes Harris to get up to speed, he's confident that when that does happen, he'll be able to make a significant impact for this defense.
Yeah, I don't want to take away anything the team already been doing. I feel like I'm the perfect fit, get off the ball, get to the quarterback, being physical and run. I'm trying to be everything the team possibly need, be utilized at a high level.
Let's hope that Harris can do what he said there and just be a productive rotational player against both the pass and the run, and just overall be a good solid depth piece at edge rusher, because that's really what the Eagles obviously brought him in here to be following BG's injury. But in addition to Harris hopefully stepping up with BG gone, someone else the Eagles are going to be relying on is the rookie Jalyx Hunt. As just like that, he is now this team's third edge rusher on the depth chart, so even though this wasn't exactly the plan for Hunt to begin the season, he now looks set to have a significant role on this defense and play easily the most snaps that he's played in his career so far. And we're going to get to see firsthand if he's ready for that big of an opportunity or not.
With Jalyx, his is going to have to increase. Do you think he's ready for that?
We'll find out.
What have you seen from him behind the scenes, though, Jalyx?
He's been getting better. He hurt his ankle 2 weeks ago against Washington. He wasn't fully healthy last week. He's healthy enough to play, but hopefully he'll be better this week because, we'll need him to step up.
Yeah, so again, like Fangio said, we're going to get to see if Hunt is ready for the opportunity to play significant snaps or not this Sunday, and hopefully he's fully healthy. And it's also definitely good to hear Fangio say that he thinks that Hunt has been getting better as the season has gone on. But what's even more exciting is what All-Pro tackle Lane Johnson had to say about the rookie edge rusher.
Yeah, man, I just think I think Nolan's progressing. I think Jalyx is really progressing. Just from where he was earlier in this year, and you're seeing him add strength. I think his quickness and agility is really impressive. So I'm looking for Jalyx to keep coming. Obviously, I think Nolan's done a great job this year. And so, yeah, I mean, it's really but if there was a guy that, I think can make some exciting plays is Jalyx. I think for him, he's a great learner. I think the biggest thing is how he uses his hands. I think he's always had the athletic ability, but just his approach to the rush attack, he's a smarter football player. And he has, I think, put on some size from the beginning of this year to where he is now. So when I see his movement and makeup and what he potentially be, I think he could be a really good, dangerous edge rusher with his movement skills.
I don't know about you guys, but those comments from Lane just got me super excited about Jalyx Hunt's potential. I mean, Lane is possibly the best tackle in all of football, so his comments should certainly hold some weight when it comes to evaluating edge rushers, and him saying those things about Hunt has to make you think that he might be able to become a really good player at some point. But for now, we're just hoping that he's able to contribute in his new role with the injuries at edge rusher, and personally, I think he can do that just based on these comments and also the flashes that he showed during training camp and preseason, and just overall, even without BG, we just gotta hope that this defensive line and defense as a whole just continues to play at a really high level. And in this specific game against the Ravens, they're gonna need to, as Baltimore's offense ranks #1 in the league in yards and #2 in points, and they're top 3 in both the pass and the run game as well. So this is about as good of an offense as the Eagles defense could possibly face this year, and a huge reason for that is obviously the combo of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, who have just been absolutely tearing up NFL defenses this season. And the Eagles and Vic Fangio know that it's going to be a huge challenge to slow them and the entire Ravens offense down.
Their whole offense is dynamite. They run it great. They throw it great. They got good receivers. They got the best group of receivers they've had there in a long time. 2 really good tight ends. Their line is blocking good. It's no accident they have the #1 offense in the league. They're just really good. He's really good. They have a more complete offense now than they've ever had. And they've always been good on offense since he's been there. They're really good. They're really versatile. They're multiple. Their run game is multiple. The play-action game off of the run game is really good. They're good.
The Eagles defense might need to have their best performance yet in this one, because again, slowing down the Ravens offense with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry is just going to be super difficult. That being said though, if there's any unit that can do it, it's the Birds defense that is currently ranked as the best in the NFL in terms of yards per game. So something's got to give in this matchup, and I just cannot wait to watch it. And I can say a similar thing for the Eagles offense going up against this Ravens defense, as the Birds are of course the #1 rushing offense in all of football, while the Ravens have the 2nd best run defense in the league. So this is certainly going to be a big test for the Birds offense, specifically relating to their run game, and offensive coordinator Kellen Moore knows that very well.
First and foremost, they're really sound. You can tell they're all coordinated, they're all working together, they understand their assignments, gap sound, all that sort of stuff. Backers do an excellent job of fitting the run game. DNs do a great job setting the edges. I think it's all tied together really well.
Again, this is just certainly another instance where something has got to give, being either the Eagles' incredible run offense or the Ravens' stout run defense. But although admittedly I am biased, it's just really hard to bet against Saquon Barkley and this Eagles offensive line with the way that they've been playing this season, especially coming off Barkley's historic performance against the Rams, which, by the way, unsurprisingly, he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week again for this, making that his 4th time winning the award this season. So I'm confident that Barkley can still have a good day against this Ravens defense. Although I'd also say that I'd expect the Eagles offense to try and do a bit more damage in the passing game this week than they have in recent weeks, as while the Ravens have the 2nd best run defense in the NFL, they also happen to have the 2nd worst pass defense in the NFL, which just presents a big opportunity for Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and the rest of the Eagles passing attack to really get going and have a great performance. Unfortunately, though, the Eagles did just get a big update regarding one of the other key parts of their passing game, being DeVonta Smith, and it's not exactly ideal. So we're going to talk about that and more in just a minute, but real quick, I do want to say, if you are enjoying this video and you don't want to miss any other Eagles coverage or content just like this coming throughout the rest of the season, then make sure you subscribe, and also really importantly, turn on notifications so you're notified instantly when one of these videos is uploaded. Trust me, you guys are not going to want to miss any of the Eagles coverage I got coming on this channel. I cover the Birds pretty much daily here, so if you want to stay up to date on all the latest Eagles news, this is the spot. So again, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, and also drop a like. Let's see if we can get to 600 likes today. And now, with all that being said, let's get back into the video. So DeVonta Smith has obviously been dealing with a hamstring injury for several weeks now, which initially he had played through, but it seemed to get worse at some point during the game against Washington, so that then led him to missing practice all last week and eventually being listed as out for the Eagles game against the LA Rams. But even so, with the full week of rest that he got, the Birds were likely hoping to get a positive update regarding Smitty's injury status to begin this week of practice, but they didn't get it, as unfortunately DeVonta Smith was once again listed as out for Wednesday's practice with the hamstring injury, so obviously this is less than ideal, and it makes you question just how serious this injury could actually be, and if Smitty may possibly end up missing an extended period of time. But the good news is that nothing is definitive, and the Birds still got 2 more days of practice this week, including today, that will provide a lot more clarity on DeVonta Smith's whole injury situation and what his status for the Ravens game might look like. So there's definitely no reason to panic at this current moment, and this will just be a situation to monitor over the next couple of days. But still, it definitely isn't the most comforting thing that Smitty continues to miss practices with this injury, as it looks like it might be a little bit more serious than we initially had hoped. And then getting to the rest of the Eagles injury report from Wednesday, Keely Ringo was out with a calf, and Darius Slay was also held out with the concussion that he suffered against the Rams. So we'll see what their statuses also look like over the next couple days as well. And obviously, not having Slay in this game would be a significant loss, but the good thing is that they do have a very capable backup in Isaiah Rodgers, obviously right behind him if he does miss this game. But again, we'll just have to wait and see what happens regarding that. And similarly, we'll also just have to wait and see what happens in regards to a potential Zack Baun extension, as obviously with the 28-year-old linebacker having a breakout year while also being on a cheap 1-year contract, he is set to get rewarded this offseason with a big pay increase and an extension. And Eagles fans are surely hoping that it's the Birds that end up being the ones to pull that off, and based on a recent quote-unquote report from James Simone on Twitter, it seems like they're on track to make that happen, as he tweeted out, quote, "Report, Eagles and linebacker Zack Baun have mutual interest to get an extension done before the offseason, I'm told." And this, if true, is obviously great news, because the Eagles ideally probably don't want to let Baun hit the open market, just because if he does, then he's going to start to get all these offers from all these other teams, and his price tag will more than likely go up. So getting an extension done before the season ends is the best case scenario. However, there's probably no guaranteeing that this report is true, as despite the fact that this tweet did get a lot of likes, this James Simone account has just around 650 followers, and I can't see anything that proves he's actually an inside source. And the closest thing to evidence that he could be reputable is a report back from July 9th saying that the Sixers were going to re-sign Kyle Lowry, which eventually did happen just like 3 days later, but still, that's not enough in my opinion to determine that Simone has inside knowledge and that this Baun report is true. But that being said, I certainly hope it is, because Baun is just a beast, and I think the Eagles need to extend him as soon as possible. But what do you guys think? Do you trust this report from James Simone? You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And again, also, while you're at it, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any other Eagles coverage or content just like this coming in the future. And also leave a like as well. Let's see if we can get to 600 likes today. And if you want to watch another Eagles video going over some news from earlier in the week, you can check this out right here. And now with all that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. So just again, wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving. Have a good time today hanging out with friends and family. And I'm certainly thankful for every single one of you guys that consistently tunes into these videos. But with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.